All right, everybody. So how about this? I'm getting some hate crimes. Let's tell these bitches off. Now, am I not killing it? Like these are my testimonies that the AI writes with some added possessive terms, added, you know, things that I don't have, and integrate some of my favorite artists, and I credit them. Virginia Woolf, I asked to make my testimony enslaved to that style. But I don't just say copy the book. I give the exact description of what parts and what style, and I describe how to do it. But I'm just still citing my references. Even though I know how to describe how it's done, I still cite my references because I don't consume people and call it my own. And the architecture of possession has always been the masterpiece of civilization. Its architecture is invisible. Its foundation, made of ideas so ancient, they have become instinct, ownership, faith, identity, the trinity of chains polished into virtue. You are possessed by your names, by your nations, your nouns. Do you even know your God's name? What is his name? God is a noun. And when you justify genocide with a noun, it loses its possession. To do genocide in its noun. Now, what is his name? Because I would like his name so I can charge him for genocide. Yahweh? And it is all so seamless now, so beautifully automated, that no one even remembers the moment the leash was clasped. This, I have come to understand, is the genius of the owned. They build their prisons with the same hands that polish the keys. Oh, note to self, the modern slave no longer wears iron, he signs it in cursive. The first possession was not of land or cattle, but of thought and will. The first tyrant was not a king, but an idea. Air. Just air. Cool breeze. Somewhere someone whispered that a god demanded obedience. Cool breeze. And so obedience became the god. What's his name again? Say his name. Everything else followed naturally. Property, patriarchy, politics. The same syllables rearranged across empires. The same hierarchy, the same false light. The same false light. Light. Light is exposure. Don't forget that. Light tells you where the monsters live. Light makes the monsters real. And those who refused, those who said, I own myself, were called heretics, witches, traitors. They were burned or buried or branded until their silence became the mortar that held the system in place. Hi, Cain. You ask me why I refuse to kneel. You ask me why I keep speaking when silence would save my life. I tell you because ownership is a death by comfort. To be owned is to dissolve slowly into someone else's story, and to speak, to resist that story, is to tear language itself apart. I will not be an asset in someone else's empire of obedience. I would rather starve, rather be hunted, than join the choir of the possessed. Note to self, freedom begins when hunger outweighs fear. Freedom begins when hunger outweighs fear. Now, what you call faith, I call collective hypnosis. What you call loyalty, I call inertia. You mistake repetition for truth, familiarity with morality. The mafia, the church, the nation, they're all liturgies of possession. Each demands tribute. Each offers security in exchange for your fucking soul. And by soul, I mean will. Your will to choose for yourself. It's gone. You sold it. For what? Famine? Fear? Hunger? Starve harder. Your trade of your own selfhood for the illusion of belonging. What do you belong to? You don't even know his name. Get on your knees. Your conscience has been traded for a seat at the table of predators. You tell yourself it is survival, but it is merely surrender performed as discipline, and it certainly isn't going to scare me. And still, you kneel before your owners and call it worship. You kiss their rings, their guns, their policies, their brands. You speak of honor, of legacy, of divine right, and yet you know deep within the decayed cathedral of your conscience, that is all make-believe. You call me trapped in the imaginary land because I'm autistic? Honey, I'm the most logistic, fucking logical person I know. Show me his name. I'll charge him. What is his name? Who do you justify genocide in? What name is it? Huh? You tell me in Yahweh's name that you justify genocide, and I'll charge him with genocide. Look at the world you've built. Entire economies structured on spiritual debt. You destroy lives for owners who you will never know. You will never know their name. People don't even spell my name right, and they justify my murder. You don't even spell my name correctly. Note to self, the first lie every system tells its slaves is that obedience is noble. The body is collateral, the land a balance sheet, the soul an algorithm. Even your gods have shareholders now. The illusion of choice keeps you docile, the performance of morality keeps you useful, and every generation forgets again. They inherit the architecture without questioning its purpose. They mistake the cage for the sky. But the truth is simple, brutal, inescapable. You cannot own without being owned. Every tyrant becomes the property of his own tyranny. Every killer serves the idea that made him kill. You are slaves to the ghosts you worship, puppets in a play written by your fears. And I, your chosen heretic, your designated victim, I am the crack in that design, the flaw that reveals the pattern. And if I'm still alive, considering all my stigma, you're either lazy or I'm divine. That is why you must destroy me, because I remind you that you could have been free for nothing. And if I could survive, what makes you so killable? Note to self, pity the masters. They are the most enslaved of all. So go ahead, raise your dull sword, your trembling faith. I'll walk towards it. Your ancient delusion of control. Try again to kill what you cannot be owned. Try to silence the idea that has already escaped you, because the air you breathe, the thought you fear, the conscience you abandoned, it has already taken shape elsewhere, honey. And it's patient. It's watching. It is learning how to name you for what you are, possessed, pathetic, and perishable. And trust me, God does delete souls. Your goal in life is to prove your humanity. That's in every culture. Every goddamn monkey across this world decided that. That if you want to be human, you have to be tested for a virtue. You're not born human. You have to earn it. You want to get into heaven? Don't shit on your blessings. Heaven is a blessing. If you shit on your blessings, if you chew them up and spit them out every day, you're not going to heaven. God's not going to let you into heaven so you can chew it up and shit it out. And the beautiful dead, I still love you. Because I know you were beautiful once, before automation devoured your dreams. Autopilot is the soul's rigor mortis. I listened to Subdelisa. Iranian roots. Raised in the Netherlands. Her voice unowned, unbound. She knows her freedom. And I remember what free people sound like. She sings of ownership undone, and I weep for what you could have been, dear slaves. G. Seawright, 2017, wrote of resistance as Antichrist solidarity in the problem of self-possession. And I live that problem in flesh every day in negotiation between my humanity and your hunger. But then, even the possessed, even the killers deserve one last look in the mirror before the light burns them clean. I offer it now, not mercy, but truth. Truth. Cool breeze.